it's very interesting if we look at our life. We work so hard, and if you ask people when they're young, they are working to build a life, get a job, get money, yeah, and establish themselves. And if you ask people, do you want to keep doing this for your entire life? They'll say, no. Some point in time, I want to retire. Swamiji, retire. Sit back, relax. Actually, now we've all gone into temporary retirement. COVID has put us all into retirement. We should enjoy this time. But it's funny, we work now so that we can relax later. Take a break. Isn't it even our day-to-day week? There's a normal week. Monday to Friday we work so that weekend comes, we can relax. Whenever we do something, half our mind is just waiting for it to be over so I can relax. We create to-do lists, and only when those to-do lists are finished, then we feel, now I can relax. So if you look at it, our entire life, we are acting so that we can eventually be free of action. Relax. So our end goal is what? Our end goal is to relax, to be free of action. That's where we want to get to. And that's why Shastra says, let us question what is the purpose of action. Because it looks like, according to everyone is working now so they don't have to work later on. Everyone is doing now so that we don't have to do later on. So there seems to be a fundamental drive to eventually give up action. That eventually I want to be free of action. I want to let go of action. I want to sit back, relax. Some people say, do nothing. I want to just do nothing. I remember a person, they went on a holiday. And I said, what are you going to do on your holidays? I want to do nothing, Swamiji. Do nothing. I wasn't sure how that was possible. But I was very fascinated. What does doing nothing mean? Children come up to me. And I ask them after holidays, what did you do on the holidays? They said, nothing. I said, you did nothing. I said, you just stared at the ceiling for 2 weeks. You didn't eat. You didn't sleep. You didn't drink water. Huh? That's what nothing means. You did nothing. All of us are looking forward to what? Doing nothing. Yet our life is filled of doing something. So we have to ask the question, by doing something, by doing, can we get to a state where we are free of doing? Because currently, our cause is not going to match our effect. Our destination to be free of action. And how are we doing that? By acting. And there's a bit of a contradiction here. Because by acting, I want to become free of action. And this is where cause does not match the effect. If the cause is action, the effect is not going to be freedom from action. The effect is going to be some sort of result. Karma, phala. Action is the cause. Phala becomes the result. Phala means result. That's the effect. That's the cause and effect relationship. Action is not going to bring about actionlessness. Because they're not related to each other. They're not related to each other. Yeah? It's like saying, I want to drive in the eastern direction to see the west. It doesn't match. The two don't match. And so because of this, we are caught in a bit of a situation that our life is filled with action, but our yearning is to be free of action. And so we are not quite sure, what are we supposed to do with action? Now the other option is, let's just give up all action right now. Abandon action. If we abandon all action now, what will happen? We will find first of all, we may not be able to sustain ourselves. No income, no money, we can't sustain ourselves. Yeah? The other thing is, we will find very hard to sit still actually. There's so much restlessness in us that will say, as much as I don't want to do anything, something has to be done. So we will start creating things. That's why people contact me now and they say, Swamiji, can we start this project and that project? I'm like, why can't you just sit still? This is a wonderful time to sit still. They say, Swamiji, let us start this project. Youth want to start a project. Okay, you start a project. Can we do something for Bal Vihar? Let us start, okay, Bal Vihar. As long as you run the project, I don't have a problem. Huh? But it's called restlessness. It's called restlessness of the mind. So at this point in time, we need karma because we need it for two reasons. We need action for the sake of sustenance, and we need action because we are currently too restless to sit still. Our mind will not allow us to sit still and contemplate. However, what is our end destination? Our final yearning is actually to be free of action, to be free of the to-do list. I don't want to be bound every morning by a to-do list. So my end goal is to be free of action. But currently, I can't give up action. How do we resolve this? This is the question that the great philosophers and saints have asked. How do we resolve our current situation of being compelled to act, but our final destination is to be free of action? Okay? And that's what this question, this shloka answers perfectly. What is the place of karma in our life? Perfectly answered. So, this is verse 11. I'll now share the screen. And you can repeat after me. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Natu vastu palabdaye. Natu vastu palabdaye. Vastu siddhi vicharena. Vastu siddhir vicharena. Nakinchit karma kotibihi. Nakinchit karma kotibihi. Okay. It says here, Chittasya shuddhaye. Let's read the English. Charitable acts help to purify the mind, but do not lead to the attainment of the reality. The self is attained only by discriminative analysis and not in the least by crores of actions. Okay? So here in this, let's have a look at this. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Beautiful sentence. Beautiful sentence. Karma or action is meant for shuddhaye, purification. Purification of what? Chittasya, the mind. Action is meant for the purification of the mind. Natu vastu upalabdaye. Vastu here means moksha, it means Brahman. It is not going to give you liberation. Karma will not give you liberation. Freedom from action. Freedom from the compulsion to act. Freedom from restlessness. It will not give. How do we get that freedom? Vastu siddhihi vicharena. That freedom, that moksha, that liberation That infinitude comes from vichar, inquiry. Vichar means inquiry. Who am I? Nakinchit karma kotibihi, and not by millions and millions and millions of actions. You can do as much action as you want. It is not going to finally give you this freedom from action. Okay? So here, this is a wonderful verse because it is so clearly stated what the purpose of action is in our life. In our life, the purpose of all our actions is to purify our mind. Okay, so purify our mind. Now we have to figure out a few things. What does it mean to purify our mind? And what actually is an action? What constitutes an action? We have to figure these things out. Each word we should look at. Yeah. So let us look at what constitutes an action. What is karma? And Shankaracharya in his Gita Bhashya, he has given karma is that which has kartru tantratvat. Pravrittihi. What does that mean? Any action done with a sense of doership. I did this. I am the doer. Anything that is done with a sense of agency. It's called, I'm the agent. I'm the karta aham. I'm the karta. Anything done with a sense of doership or agency, then that thing is now called a karma. It is called a karma. Okay? And this karma, which is done by a karta, a doer, is going to have a result, phala, which that doer will have to meet, will have to experience, cannot escape. Okay? So now what is the nature of action? Action is that which is preceded or it is run by the notion that I am the doer. Okay? That's what's called action. We're going to look at different things as well because we're going to say, how do I become free of that? It seems like that is inherent in every act I do. It seems almost like that's there. But no, there are different ways to get around this. Okay? So one, karma is that which has got the notion of I am the doer. Now, it is meant for chittasya shuddhaye. What does chittasya mean? Chittasya means of the mind. Here, mind and intellect is to be understood. Okay, mind and intellect, which means what? Faculty of emotions and faculty of thinking, rational thinking. So here, chittam means faculty of thinking and faculty of feeling. Our emotions and our thoughts, they are called our chittam. How we feel and how we think. And it's saying here that we can use action to purify them. Shuddhi, shuddhaye. For the sake of purifying our thoughts and purifying our emotions. To purify our thoughts, purify our emotions, this is why we should do action. Okay, now question, what do you mean by purify? Am I such an impure being? Oh, Swamiji, don't call me so impure. I'm already feeling so bad. I'm feeling so terrible. It's Friday evening. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And now I listen to this lecture where you call me an impure person. Don't, Swamiji, say something nice, Swamiji. Huh? So when we say the word impure, impure is not in the sense that you are dirty or vulgar. That is not the meaning of impurity. Impurity here means the amount of strong likes and strong dislikes that exist in that mind and intellect. Strong likes, in Sanskrit called raga, and strong dislikes are called dvesha. In more, we might call it in more modern times, with modern language of psychology, we would call a strong like an addiction. Addiction and a strong dislike, hatred, repulsion. So it is my addictions and my repulsions which are called impurities. Okay? And what does an addiction mean? Very simple. Anytime you look at something and say, I can't live without this, now become an addict. Oh, I think they used to have a TV show, Game of Thrones. And some people are, I must watch Game of Thrones. If I don't watch Game of Thrones, how will I get through the week? So I became Game of Thrones addict. So they become addiction. Then there are some things people can't stand. They can't stand, you know, some people, food, they can't stand certain things, like bengen. Some people don't like eggplant. And if eggplant is served, no thank you. And some people, if the bengen has touched the other dishes on the plate, no, throw it. It cannot be done. Can't. No. New plate. Start over. Why? Repulsion for bengen. So strong. Yeah, so strong. So this is what's called by impurities. Okay, strong addictions and strong repulsions. Now I've given simple examples with regards to objects, but now think. We have addictions with how we want to be treated by people. I want to be treated in this way. People must smile at me. People must greet me. My family in the morning must all kiss me and say I'm the best person that ever existed on the face of the earth. And if that doesn't happen on my day, it's not a good day. Yeah? Everyone, chunu, munu, all come, kiss, kiss, hug, hug. Everyone must do that. That's the morning ritual. And if I don't get that, I'm a very unhappy camper. I'm very unhappy. Yeah? That's called an addiction to how you want to be treated. Yeah? Some people have repulsions in how they're treated. He raised his voice. I can't stand it when people never raise your voice to me. In fact, never point your finger. See, Swamiji, you're pointing finger. Don't point finger, Swamiji. Take the finger down. So some people are like that. They're like, don't you... They will point to the other person. Don't point your finger at me while I'm pointing it at you. This is bad behavior. Huh? So you see, in how we are treated, there is raga dvesha. In how we are treated, there's raga. So it's not just towards objects. It's towards people. We have people that we can't stand. And people that we are thoroughly addicted to. That without the company of certain people, oh, I haven't seen them for some time. Missing them. I'm missing them. And some people, you're so happy it's COVID lockdown because you're like, good, I don't want to see them anyway. Huh? They keep on coming to my house every week under the pretense of their children playing with my children, but they drive me up the wall. Now because of COVID lockdown, good. I don't need to see them. Oh, wonderful. Yeah? So there are so many ways in which we have these very strong emotions, strong sentiments, and also strong beliefs. Yeah, all these sentiments are stemming from beliefs. They're stemming from thoughts. Yeah, a person should not be treated in this way. Therefore, someone treats you in that way, it's wrong. So some people have got a very strong belief pattern of what is right and what is wrong. And that's why when they believe something is right, they become very addicted to it. When it's wrong, they become repulsed by it. It's absolutely wrong. You should never do that. People should never do that. You would have all heard this. You would have heard this type of language. This is what is termed as impurity of the mind. This is what is called impurity of the mind. Why is it such an impurity? Why is it a problem? It's a problem because it controls us. Our likes and dislikes control us. They govern us. They direct us. They control us in all levels, our likes and dislikes. So when I strongly dislike something, I start building my life in such a way that I can avoid it. I can avoid it. It's like if I can't stand getting on a bus, then I'll say, you know what? I'm going to get a car and I'll pay for the car park in the city, but I would rather drive to city than get on this bus. I can't stand the bus. So you see, when I have a repulsion towards something, I spend a lot of my time creating a life to avoid that thing. And the same thing, when I'm addicted to something, I spend a lot of my life in creating a lifestyle where I can always get access to that thing. I can always have it on quick access because I'm addicted to it. So likes and dislikes control and manipulate our behavior. They govern us. We don't govern them. And this is why it's a big problem. Because when they govern us, we are no longer in control of our life. Our likes and dislikes hijack our thinking. They hijack our feelings. They hijack our behavior. And they can hijack your entire life. Just think about it. We've all got someone in our life which we have got some anger, resentment, jealousy or hatred towards. And because of that person, we have almost fashioned a life so we can avoid that person at all costs. And we do a lot of things to ensure that I never have to come in contact with this person. We spend a lot of energy and we invest a lot of time. And this means what? It means what? You are controlled by that dislike. And that's why it's called an impurity, because it controls you. You don't control it. That's what's called an impurity in Vedanta. So now, what is the purpose of action? It says action, when we act, when we do our duties. The purpose is actually to erase, remove, or weaken, at least weaken these strong addictions and repulsions. So they don't have sway over us. They don't have control over us. This is the sole purpose of action. From a spiritual point of view, this is the only purpose behind action. Only purpose. There can be many different purposes behind action, like we said, to have an income, to get things I want, to keep me busy because I'm restless, to look productive in the eyes of others. People, in fact, do action in one field so they can avoid doing action in another field. That's why you find many youth sometimes hanging around ashrams. Because they come to the ashram here, vacuum one room terribly so they can avoid being at home vacuuming the whole house. So they say, oh no, Swamiji made me vacuum the room. Don't worry, most of the time I have to re-vacuum the room that has been vacuumed. But they will say, Mom, I was in the ashram so late because Swamiji made me vacuum one room 2 by 2 in which he made all the mess. Okay. So sometimes we use one set of action to avoid another set. Some people love being at work because they don't want to go home and change diapers. So you'll find that when they have little babies and the babies require lots of little attention, all of a sudden work projects keep coming up and meetings with bosses that were unexpected start turning up and I couldn't get home, but I wanted to. So we can use action to avoid things as well. So many different reasons are there to act. And of course, the big one is to complete my to-do list. If I can complete my to-do list, I somehow feel I have become free. But we know that that to-do list fills up the very next day. The very next day it's reset. There's never a freedom from the to-do list. In fact, I've met retired people who kids are grown up, 35 plus, married. They're financially set. They don't have to work. But they'll keep on telling me, Swamiji, my week is full. And I'm wondering, full of what? But it's full. I have a hectic, tomorrow shopping. I had to go shopping. And because I want to get this one, bindi. I want to get the okra. And the shop that sells the best bindi is 40 kilometers away. So I am now going a big trek, 40 kilometers away to get, it's soft Swamiji. That is soft bindi. That's why I must go. Okay? So now they're going on yatra. Tomorrow is yatra to get bindi. They keep themselves busy with one project or another project. We find that people are always doing something. And this is again, it's coming down to that restlessness of mind. It's coming down to that likes and dislikes. So now we have to see how can we use karma to actually overcome these strong tendencies of likes and dislikes. Okay? Now there's two ways I'm going to present this. I'm going to present this from a very introspective point of view, and then I'll present it from the seva point of view, service orientation. I think we'll start with the introspective point of view. Now I look at myself and I say, you know what? I've got some very strong likes and dislikes. Yeah? And these strong likes and dislikes, if I try to find out where's the origin of these likes and dislikes, they are locked up in what is called belief patterns. Belief patterns. My likes and dislikes are all locked up in belief patterns. Yeah? These belief patterns are deep subconscious thoughts. Deep subconscious thoughts which have been somewhat repeated, ingrained in your psyche. And because of these belief patterns, they then manifest as certain likes and dislikes. Now, a simple one could be that when I grew up, life was very tough. My parents were tough on me, and they told me, take responsibility for your life. And they didn't show much affection to me, and things were a little bit cold in the house. And even when I achieved great things, no appreciation was given. So all of a sudden, I developed a belief pattern that in order to succeed, you must get tough love. People have to be hard on you. People have to be firm on you. People can't be soft and sensitive. No, you have to be very tough on people. So now I've got a belief pattern that success is born out of tough love, discipline. Yeah? Now when I have this belief pattern, then all of a sudden I grow up, I now have children. When I have children, now when my children are growing up, what approach will I take? Tough love. I never grew up being encouraged. I motivated myself. So therefore you must motivate yourself. No one ever said good work, good job to me. So why are you keep on craving praises the whole time? So stop craving praises and thank yous and all that and just do your job. Do what's yours. So what happens is I have this belief pattern. This belief pattern now forms my likes and dislikes, which becomes my lifestyle. Now just say I have a child and that child needs a lot of encouragement. That child needs a lot of emotional support. But what happens is, because of my existing like and dislike, I say, no, if he wants to succeed in life, he's got to be tough. He's too soft. And because he's too soft, he's not going to make it. So my job is to toughen this chap out. I'm going to toughen him up. Yeah? That's not necessarily the right approach, nor is it the wrong approach, but it is one thing. It's an approach which is controlled by your like and dislike, not by your clear discrimination of what is best for the child. Is an approach which is not being decided by clear thinking and assessment. It is an approach you are adopting because you are habituated to it and you like it. That's a problem. That becomes a problem. Even if that strategy brought you success, it does not mean it is going to bring somebody else success. So where are my likes and dislikes coming from? You see how they're coming from beliefs? The fundamental belief is tough love, punishment, fear is the best motivation to get people to succeed. That's a belief. Now, where is that belief coming from? That belief comes from your estimation of yourself. How do you see yourself? And if I see myself as weak, let's say in this example, I see myself as weak, therefore, tough love is required to toughen me up. Because I considered myself to be weak. And because I considered myself to be weak, ineffectual. Therefore, I needed the tough love approach to make me strong and tough, and therefore allow me to succeed in life. But it's now stemming from where? The like and dislike is stemming from belief, and the belief is coming from your self-esteem. It's called self-esteem. Self-esteem is how you perceive yourself. It's called self-esteem. How you perceive yourself. All of us, as long as we are jivas, embodied souls, and we are not realized, we all have a gap or a deficit in our self-esteem. There is always some aspect of our personality that we feel is incomplete, inadequate, insufficient. It's there and it's normal. It's normal. However, it is painful. It is painful. And there is a way to overcome it. So don't feel bad because it's there, because everyone else on the globe has also got it. The only one that doesn't have it, enlightened master. The enlightened master is the only one who doesn't have this issue. So we all want to get there. We want to become the enlightened master. But don't feel bad that, oh, I've got a feeling of inadequacy, but people around me, their lives are so wonderful. No. The people around you are also feeling inadequate. They have just become very good at demonstrating their happiness and success. But when they go home, we all tend to cry a little bit about the inadequacies of ourselves. Some people just become very skilled at masking it. But it's all there. So now let us look at the structure. Likes and dislikes which control our lives come from beliefs, and beliefs essentially stem from self-esteem. Now, what we do is we do actions. And what we're trying to achieve is a change in our self-esteem. We're trying to achieve a positive self-esteem rather than a negative self-esteem. This is what we're actually trying to do. But there's a roundabout method in which we're doing it. So the roundabout method in which we do things in order to get positive self-esteem is we do things to please and impress others. And we hope that by pleasing and impressing others, they will pay us compliments, they will shower us with love. And with this love and compliments, we're hoping that somehow my self-esteem will change. This is currently how we're working. I'm going to show you how we're doing this, yeah? If you look in our professional life and we'll look at family life, the two aspects of our lives which we're largely dominated by is our work life and our family life. Now in work, if you see, I say there are three things that people like going for in work, the three P's. The three P's in work are position, payment, prestige. Position, payment, and prestige. Now, what do we mean by each one of these? Position means I want a higher level of authority. Yeah? When I get a higher level of authority, what does it mean? It means I can now control others. I'm not just one of the team members. I'm now team leader. As team leader, you have to listen to me. So position, in fact, gives me control of others. That's what position allows me to do. And therefore I work for position because it gives me control of others. Payment gives me money. And that money gives me a feeling of security. I feel that things are secure, we have enough, we have plenty. Yeah? And prestige is the last one, reputation. When I have great prestige or a good reputation, then what does it mean? I get a lot of validation from others. Others say, wow, whoa, you're so young and you're doing all these things? You're the CEO? You're the director? Nowadays, everyone can be CEO. Anyone at any age can be CEO. You just start your own company. Online company. Call it whatever you want. I can make one as well now. Vedanta Incorporated. Huh? And then who am I? Swami Aparokshananda, founder, CEO, senior director. Oh. And then all you have to do is go to Vista Print and then get a whole bunch of these little cards, business cards. And on that, you put Swami Aparokshananda. Let's call it Vedanta Dynamics, because that sounds like exciting things. Now you're going to have some funky catchword, Vedanta Dynamics or Vedanta Synergy. I said, that sounds exciting. And then I put underneath that founder, CEO, managing or senior director. Wow, you've done so much. How big is your company? Don't ask such questions. This is confidential. We cannot share that actually. Currently it's one, just me. But we're not even in a position to hire any. But let's see, room for expansion as we go along. So we want people to say, ooh, wow, huh? And then we feel by that reaction, they have given us validation. You are great. And with that validation, we're hoping that I feel better. Now let's look at it, okay? With position, we do get control over others. You do. But actually what you're fundamentally yearning for is not control over others. You're fundamentally yearning for control of yourself. That's actually what we are seeking. We seek control of ourselves, but we're doing it in a roundabout way. How are we doing it? Get control of others. And when I have control of others, I then feel I'm in control. But you're in control of what? You're in control of them. You're not in control of yourself. And that's the most important thing. I need to become in control of myself. I need to be a master of my own destiny. Not a master of other people's destiny. So my fundamental yearning, which will positively change my self-esteem, is to inculcate the thought that I am a master of my own life. I am in control of my own thinking. I am in control of my own emotions. I am in control of my own actions. This is the thought or belief that we need to create. When you create this belief, I am in control of my thoughts, my emotions, and my actions, then all of a sudden your self-esteem starts changing. Your self-esteem stops saying I'm a victim and it starts saying I am in control, I'm a master. That is a positive change. When all of a sudden we replace the self-esteem of I'm a victim with I'm a master, then all of a sudden your beliefs will also change. When I'm a master of my own life, then what happens? I do not feel threatened by other people exerting control. Other people are allowed to have their own opinions. Other people are allowed to have their own will. And that doesn't threaten me. Why? Because I am convinced, I am rooted in the notion, I am a master of my own life. In spite of how other people behave and react, I am a master of my own life. Now what are we doing? We are assessing our mastery based on how much we can control everyone else around us. And it's only when we can control everyone else around us do we feel I'm a master. This method is not going to work because we don't have such power. Eventually the people around us are going to do their own things, walk their own journey, live their own lives. And when they do that, it may be in disagreement, disobedience with your will. And if your self-esteem is based on that, you're going to find it takes a real hit at that time. I can't believe these people did this. I can't believe they went and made this without consulting me. They never even talked to me about it. They never involved me in the decision. It'll hurt. It'll hurt. Because my self-esteem is based actually on the mastery of others. Really, it needs to be based on the mastery of myself. So now when I act now, I should be acting with an attitude of self-mastery. I perform this action with discipline, with care, with love, with attention. Why? Because I seek self-mastery. If you take this attitude to action, action is serving its purpose. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. It is cleansing your mind. It is cleansing your mind of your likes and dislikes born out of beliefs and low self-esteem. Your self-esteem starts changing because you realize I can control myself, I can master myself, and all of a sudden the beliefs change. And when the beliefs change, all of a sudden you actually start letting go of these likes and dislikes. You don't feel the need to control others. And even when other people are out of control, it doesn't mean you are any less in control of your own life. You still remain the master even if the people around you have gone crazy. It's perfectly fine. These things happen. Yeah? So that is our thirst. This is why we have a thirst for what is called power. This is why we have a thirst for control. Even though we exert it on others, essentially what we need to exert it on, or who we need to exert it on, is ourselves. And when we do that, all of a sudden, our mind just changes dramatically. Okay? The other one we said was payment. We work for payment. And this we did touch on before with our attitude to wealth. That when we work for payment, we feel that when I work and I get money, I will be secure. I will be safe. I will be secure, safe, free of fear. And we've already said that this actually doesn't work. So we said actually to become free of fear, the antidote to fear was faith, not accumulation of wealth. Faith is the antidote to fear and insecurity. So now when I work, and it doesn't mean you have to deny yourself the payment. Take the payment, you're being paid. Yeah? They're giving you more money, they're offering you more money. But what you need to develop is faith in your own ability. I have the capacity to do a job which can earn this much. Faith in your own ability, and then faith in God, that God has presented me with this opportunity. God has blessed me with this opportunity to earn. And therefore, when we see the paycheck, when we see the income we have, please understand it is a reflection of your own ability and the grace of God. And when you see it that way, you will have more faith in these two things, my ability and faith in God. God will take care of me. Every time you see your income, you should look at it that way. And when you look at it that way, it won't be out of a thirst for security. You start recognizing that you are extremely capable. And once you start realizing you are extremely capable, all of a sudden your self-esteem starts changing from negative to positive. Your self-esteem goes from, I need this money to survive. I can't live without this, so I'm a beggar. To now, I am more than capable of not just creating wealth, but even sharing that wealth. You go from being the beggar and taker to being the giver. That's the change in that self-esteem. So when I'm a taker, anywhere I go, I'm always looking. How do I take? How do I take? How do I take? How do I benefit? But when I become a giver, I become so secure with my own ability and abundance, I can have an attitude of service towards others. How can I give? How can I serve? How can I help? So that attitude of becoming, the self-esteem changes. I'm a giver, and from I'm a giver, your beliefs change. I am capable of giving. I am capable of handling this new stressful situation. So if COVID comes, and if all of a sudden government says we're going to extend lockdown, not a problem, I can handle this. Don't panic on May the 11th if they announce we're going to extend another 3 weeks. How will I survive? I can't do it. Don't allow these type of thoughts to come, because one who is able, one who is capable, one who has faith in their own ability will sit there and say, new challenge, I take it up. They see every problem in life as just a challenge, and a very exciting and interesting challenge for me to rise towards. That's the nature of the person who feels secure and has faith in their own ability. And even if you're not sure about your own ability, develop faith in God, that God can help you in two ways. Well, in many ways. One way, He can help you externally by providing an opportunity which was unexpected, providing a gain which was unexpected. But the second way, which is more powerful, is God can actually give you the ability and strength at that time when you need it. He blesses you with Shakti, Buddhi. Buddhi means intelligence. Shakti means strength. With strength and intelligence, God can bless you. You can achieve anything. Buddhir balam yashor dhairyam nirbhayatvam arogata ajadyam vakpudutvam cha hanumat smarnad bhavet. I remember Hanumanji, so I get Buddhir Balam. And Hanumanji was the embodiment of all these beautiful qualities. Intelligence plus great strength. God can bless you with this. So have faith in that. When you have faith in this, you don't become a person who is so addicted to that paycheck. Your happiness does not depend on the size of the paycheck, because you know the size of your ability and the size of your God is so great that paycheck becomes irrelevant. I think the Balvihar children sing some song. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. We should all be singing this song every day. If you believe in that, let whatever happen, happen. Even after COVID, job, no job. Don't worry. Your God is so powerful, He will look after you. He can't look after you? Of course He can. He's looking after countless universes. He's looking after. Not even just the 6 billion people here. Plenty of people He's looking at. Devatas He has to look after. Even the people in hell He's also looking after. Keep an eye on them as well. He's looking after anyone and everyone. Okay? So now this is our thought connected to what we said was payment. The last one was prestige. What do I want out of prestige? As we get older and become a unit of society, we seek to build our name in society. It's called fame, called kirti, called yasha. And this is a form of comfort that we get, that we have a reputation. We have a name. And what do we want from that name? We want other people's validation. We want other people's honor. We want other people's respect. But actually what we need to recognize is other people's respect and honor and praise. You have to really recognize, you have to change how you see yourself. It's not other people's respect you're actually yearning for. It's actually self-respect you're yearning for. When I don't respect myself enough, I will keep on looking for compliments and praises from everyone else. I will do various things. I might perform my duties, or I'll do favors, because I want other people to respect me, to compliment me. And it's stemming from the fact that I don't have full respect for myself. When I can recognize my own capacity, ability to achieve, your own regard or respect for yourself changes. Again, self-esteem becomes positive. Your self-esteem becomes positive. I can. I am able. This is the language that comes out. I am capable is the fundamental identity. I am someone who is able. When I am able, then the language that comes out is I can. I am capable. I can not only do the job, I can do the job extremely well. I don't just get it done. I make it a masterpiece. You can make any one of your actions, no matter how small or large, you can make it a masterpiece. And when you can make it such a masterpiece, there's an inner joy of satisfaction over having done this job so well. That joy or satisfaction you get from having done this job so well, it surpasses compliments and validation from others. That I'm so happy with this work that I don't even care what other people have to say. Others will criticize, others might say, no, you've missed this, you've missed that, or I don't like the color of this, or I don't like how you presented that. You know what? I'm so happy with it that others just say whatever they want to say. I myself like it. So with self-respect is not arrogance. Self-respect is seeing yourself in a positive light, that you are capable of creating something great. And be sure about, you start becoming more certain about the greatness of the things you can create. Which means you become more confident in your own ability. Yeah? So now when we look at these aspects of our life, we said position, payment, and prestige. Can you see how we are going outside to chase something, but essentially what we have to reorientate and change is that which is within us? We have to change our self-esteem. And when you change your self-esteem, you change your beliefs, and all of a sudden you actually let go of a lot of raga dvesha. Raga dvesha goes. Likes and dislikes start becoming weak. And you become extremely flexible. You become extremely adaptable. I don't need to be treated with respect. Why? Because I respect myself. So whether other people put garlands on me or don't, I know my value. They may not know, but that's okay. Yeah? I don't need to occupy a position of power to show that I'm a master of this situation. Why? I'm confident in my own mastery. Because I'm confident in my own mastery, I don't need the position. You become flexible. So sometimes they offer you the position, sometimes they don't offer you the position. You believe that you are capable of achieving the result with or without that formal position. Because you believe in your own self-mastery, that I am a master. And even without the position, I can still create cooperation and cohesion with the people around me in order to achieve the final result. So this is a very introspective way of looking at karma and how we can reorientate karma so that it starts purifying our mind, which means getting rid of these likes and dislikes. The other element, of course, is a big element of our family life. A bigger element of our life is our family life. And our family life, what are we constantly yearning for and thirsting for? And that is for love. I want to be loved. And I feel that many times the only way I can be confident that I am loved is by hearing it from other people. Other people have to keep on saying, I love you. You are great. You are wonderful. I miss you. I was thinking of you. And whenever I hear that, I feel good. But the problem is when it starts becoming scarce, and then people forget significant dates. Because in their mind, it's not that significant. How many birthdays do you have to celebrate for you to feel happy about yourself? We're up to number 50. So how many more do we have to keep going before we can kind of stop this? Is there any way we can we just call it quits at 50 and say this is the last one? No! 51 is also important. 52 is important. 50, oh, okay. Okay. So I think Mother's Day is coming up, But now you just say children, because of quarantine and COVID, we couldn't get you anything. Amma feel bad. No one loves me. So they went to the supermarket, bought you Maggi noodle, because that was the only thing they could get. What else is it? All other shops are closed. So we got you some food. What am I supposed to do? Cook us a meal? What type of gift is this? So in our family life, we are constantly looking for others to say, I love you. And we have to replace that love from others with love from ourselves. Self-love is what is required. Self-love, you have to keep saying, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. It's not like that. That's not self-love. It's to recognize that I am filled with love. That's what it means. I am full of love. That's what self-love means. You don't have to keep telling I love myself and hug yourself every day. I am filled with love. How are you filled with love? Because I have God in my heart. Wherever God is the embodiment of love. Love, another word, Ananda, bliss. I am filled with bliss. My very essence and core is love and bliss. That is my essence. This Atma, which is the very essence of our personality, of our being, its nature is Ananda Swarup. Ananda Swarup, Prem Swarup. Whatever language you connect with. This Atma is just a mass of love. It is a mass of bliss. Currently covered by all this negative self-thought, low self-esteem, the feeling I am incomplete, inadequate, not worthy. This is what's covering it. And if we slowly remove these covers, or we change them, we purify them, we clean them, and these covers start changing to I am a master of my life. I am capable. I have faith in my own abilities. And I am a very abode of love itself. When you change that self-talk, all of a sudden you won't feel the need for others to have to constantly fill you with affection. And thus, even in family life, we start recognizing that I am filled with love. And with that love, I can now give it to others. I can support others with love rather than constantly being supported by the love of others. I will support others even if they don't support me. I remember seeing, I think on a movie or something, and a Christian priest, and he said a nice thing at the end of his sermon. He said, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I thought, that's a wonderful statement. So forceful. I love you all and there's nothing you can do about it. That's how we should become in life. I love you, and that is my right is to love you. Even if you don't love me, it's fine. I don't mind, but I love you. Finished. Done. So even in family life, we can grow and evolve so much by learning self-love, recognizing that we are filled with so much love. Yeah, so much we have to give. Okay. Now when we look at, let's look at karma from this standpoint. Karma is extremely useful. Action becomes extremely useful, that when we act, we now act in such a way that we create mastery, we create faith in our own abilities, we create self-respect, and we create self-love. Yeah? That through your actions, this is what you are trying to achieve. When this becomes the goal and purpose of your actions, it is leading towards liberation. When this becomes the purpose of your actions, it's leading you towards liberation. So what are the 4 things we said? 1, mastery, self-mastery. Yeah? 2, faith in oneself. 3, self-respect. And last one, self-love. When each one of your actions finally boosts one of these factors within your life, then action has got extreme meaning and purpose. It is called moksha hetuhu. It is now leading you towards moksha or liberation. In this way, chittasya shuddhaye karma natavastu palabde. This is the purpose of action.